The Dallas Mavericks was a pleasant surprise to most NBA fans as they were going an improbable run to the NBA Finals, which included knocking off the Timberwolves, knocking off the young up-and-coming Thunder in six, and knocking off the Kawhi-less Clippers in the first round. With that being said, unfortunately, they would come up short in the finals as Kyrie Irving struggled a bit, averaging about 19, 3, and 5 being assists, and struggling from the field and from three. But in the end, the better team won. Congrats to the Boston Celtics. I'm a Tatum guy, so I'm very much happy that they finally got it done to silence the haters per se. But I want to start the video off talking about Dallas, man. It was definitely an interesting series, as in the T-Wolves series, I mean, they pretty much controlled the entire series other than a few, I want to say 2 games. Only really 2 games I felt like Dallas didn't control the T-Wolves series. And I mean, the main key was they were getting a lot of lobs, running a lot of pick and rolls and getting to the paint. But in the Celtics series, I mean, they definitely became a bit jump shot happy. They weren't as efficient. I mean, honestly, both teams struggled from three, in my opinion. I mean, both all-star players, so Kyrie, Luka, Tatum, Brown, all struggled from three. And I mean mightily. Every last one of them was shooting in the 20s. And then on top of that, Kyrie struggled defensively as well as Luka. Now, Luka averaged about 29. What did Luka average? 29, 8, and 5, roughly 6. He averaged 2.5 steals per game, which was very interesting. But this is a case where those 2.5 steals can definitely be misleading, because if you watch the games, you know that Boston was attacking him with every opportunity that they got. But honestly, what bothered me more than the defense was the turnovers. I mean, Luka definitely could have did a better job of protecting the ball. He really only had one game where he had less than 3 turnovers and averaged 4.6 turnovers for the entire series. So I feel like his turnovers was worse because it was leading the points off turnovers, which in my opinion, it changed the entire series. Role players struggled. PJ Washington didn't give you much. Hardaway Jr. didn't give you anything outside of one game. Derrick Jones Jr. didn't give you much. And honestly, just a very underwhelming series for the Mavs. I think they'll be back next year. I'm not sure if they get to the finals, though. It's going to be hard. But with that being said, man, like I said, congrats to the Celtics. I was definitely rooting for them. I said Celtics in 6. They got it done in 5. Jaylen Brown was a pleasant surprise. Shout out Jaylen Brown, because I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of his contract, honestly. I'd be allowed to say I didn't start to dislike Brown at one point, but he proved me wrong. He proved a lot of people wrong. Like I said, I'm really a Tatum guy, but I like Brown. But that contract I did not like when it happened. He proved his worth, man. Won Finals MVP. I even bet on him to win Finals MVP. You know, so shout out Brown. And it was very, very, very good to see, man. Like, this has been a long time coming. The Jays have been together since 2017 when Tatum was drafted. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of criticism, and they finally answered the call. Brown averaged about 20.8 points, 5.4 rebounds. More impressively, he averaged 5 assists, which was a pleasant surprise. 1.6 steals and 0.8 blocks, almost a block a game. I mean, his defense, honestly, is probably what got him the MVP in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal on the defensive end. Same for Derek White and Drew Holiday, who were very key in this series. But man, Jaylen Brown stepped up big time after last year, where I was very disappointed in him in the Eastern Conference Finals, where he was getting outperformed by Caleb Martin. That was very disappointing. He answered the call. Jason Tatum wasn't too far behind, but honestly, I feel like the weird part about this entire series was that both teams struggled with efficiency from their star players. Luka was efficient from the field, but like I said, he shot bad from 3. Definitely he didn't shoot too good from the free throw line, but I mean, Jason Tatum was even worse in terms of efficiency. But like I said, Jaylen Brown stepped up. They got it done as a team. Drew Holiday was key. Porzingis had an amazing game 1. He did what he could, fighting through the injuries. Shout out Porzingis. Al Horford was pivotal, stepping up when Porzingis went down, man. And it's just a great thing to see, man. I mean, Jason Tatum, what can I say, man? through all the criticism, man. I mean, I've been watching that boy since the Duke days, and he done came up a long way, man. Specifically in the playmaking department, man. A lot of criticism for Tatum. He's not a star player. He can't get it done. A lot of slander from the NBA Finals from 2 years ago when he couldn't get it done against the Warriors. And I can't sit here and act like he didn't underperform. He did. He definitely did. And honestly, this Finals could have been better. But the one area where he growed was he definitely impacted the game in other ways. I mean, he was elite. The only thing he did not do at an elite level was score efficiently. Like 22 points per game, about 8 rebounds once you round up, 7 assists, a steal a game. But more importantly, I mean, this man was playing defense like his life was on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got him guarding fives, which honestly was a pleasant surprise in terms of an adjustment by Missoula. Honestly, I think that was the adjustment that won them this series. They had Tatum guarding Gafford or Lively, Hyatt Horford in the corner, and it was just hard for Dallas to get any kind of lobs off. And on the other end of the floor, anything Tatum did going towards the hole, it collapses the defense, and it just led to opportunities for players like White, Holiday, and even Horford to get open shots or to create something after Tatum, you feel me, just initiates it, right? And I mean, like I said, the growth of Jason Tatum is very underrated. He's held to a high standard, but yet no one gives him credit for the little things. And like I said, his gravity and just his playmaking in general, the difference between now and 2 years ago, I mean, it's night and day. If he was struggling to score 2 years ago, he was nowhere near this good at playmaking. It's not even close. So definitely glad to see him get a ring. The Jays finally silenced the noise, and I'm looking forward to seeing them going back to back, hopefully. But I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be difficult. Knicks get healthy, everybody get healthy. Bucks, you know what I'm saying? And I know people try to use the Mickey Mouse excuse, but honestly, bro, you can control what you can control. It is what it is. They went 16-3. Didn't even play 20 games in the playoffs. Played 19. Never went to 6. And they only lost 3 games the entire playoffs. Honestly, I'm not trying to hear it. You can call it Mickey Mouse. You call it what you want. They finally got it done. They got the ring. And more importantly, they can literally bring back this exact team next year. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how next season goes. They're going to have to work for it next year for sure. They definitely have to work for it. But it is not out of the realm of possibility that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown could be on their way to winning their second ring. I mean, they're in their prime, 27 and 26. I think Brown turns 28 for the end of the year, but they are in their prime. And if there's ever a time to go on a run and get these rings, it's right now.